Hello there, YouTube. It's your Webby3 back with another kicking hiya action figure review. Today we have one that I kind of impulse bought, to be completely honest. He was on an overstock sale for like 17 bucks or something on Amazon. I don't remember the exact price, but it is the Jada Toys Invisible Man from their Universal Monsters line. Now, if you've been following my channels for any reasonable amount of time, you know that I love the Universal Monsters as much as I love Godzilla and Kaiju. These are films that I have watched on repeat. Honestly, I could give a whole oral presentation on the entire Universal Monsters history from memory. Names, dates, everything. I love it. And I wanted to get this guy because he's in a different outfit than the N.E.C.A one. He's a different scale too, unfortunately. But I wanted to get him in this outfit as well. And he's really beautiful. If you look at him, he's got nice gold paint on his shades to kind of hide his eye holes. And look at all the paint on those bandages. The light's probably washing some of it out, but exquisite detail and paint on the head and neck throughout. Amazing texture all over the coat. And this is like a rubber covering, which is very nice. He's got texture in the joints. And then this is rubber. Like, I thought it would kind of be soft plastic, like the skirts on female Power Rangers in the Lightning Collection or something. But no, it's rubber so that it doesn't hinder articulation, which is really nice. And he has a rubber bussy covering. Gorgeous. Love his pants. Made me think of Doctor Who. Old-timey Doctor Who pants. Just a magnificent looking figure. Gorgeous. Articulation-wise, he's got a good bit. A lot of forward and back, wobble side to side, because there's articulation at the top and bottom of the neck here. In and out and forward and back on the arms. Now, he does have a bicep swivel, which is very odd. Look how it sits when you turn it. Doesn't it look like it wants to just pop out of there? That's such an odd cut for the joint. I do not get that. That is very weird. He has a double elbow bend. Mine is crazy stiff on both arms, and it's very ratchety for some reason. But you got forward and back on the hands, rotation on the hands, and then you have this really good torso joint. There's nothing. Oh, it's a waist joint. Sorry, there's nothing on the torso. Just rubber. It's just a big rubber boy. But I kind of get that. Still, though, if you're going to make it real rubbery, it would have been nice to have maybe a little crunch inside there, but covered up with the rubber, maybe. Now, since he has a rubber bussy covering, his legs go forward like they should, but they also go back like they do on a McFarlane or a N.E.C.A. And unlike a Mattel or a Hasbro, who still have not caught up to the rubber bussy coverings, you have in and out on the legs, a thigh swivel. Oh! Double on the knees. It's also really tight and ratchety, like the elbows. Then you have a rotation on the feeties, up and down on the feeties, and an ankle pivot, which can go pretty far. You just gotta really work it around the cuff of the pants. But yeah, his articulation's pretty good. I would have maybe tried to put something else here, but who knows? Maybe they did try, because this is honestly a very high-effort figure. Maybe budget-wise something had to go, and that's what they chose. Because, let me show you the accessories. You see, he's got a fist hand over here, and kind of an open hand here. It comes with many, many other hands. Like this hand. This is the beaker-holding hand. It's this nice clear plastic beaker. I admittedly had a lot of trouble. Oh no, wait. Hold on. That's the beaker hand. I admittedly had a lot of trouble getting it in there. Like the lip of the beaker makes it very difficult. So you might have to heat up this hand to actually get the beaker into it, because it's a tough one. So you are warned. Oh, the kitty says, you are warned. Anyway, the hand I was holding is actually for the interchangeable heads. You can see it's him pulling off his bandages, and it kind of goes perfectly on here. It's definitely sculpted for it. Look how well it fits. Very good job there. I won't be displaying him with this head because it has this weird nodule on the top, and that's because that's where the peg goes when you pop the head on. So, you know, hold it on. So that needs to be there, like, so that the head will stay on. And from a certain angle, not bad, but, ugh. But you know, in the film, they used like black fabric and layered film on top of each other. That's how they made that effect, because they didn't have green screen or anything yet. Look it up. It's very cool. Very interesting. It's kind of the proto green screen in a way. But yeah, so that hand is so you can have him hold his bandages and pull it off, which is very cool, admittedly. But you can also use it for holding this book. It could be better, but I mean, you got to hold the book with some hand, right? Once again, these hands are very hard, and it can be difficult to get things into them. It fits perfectly on this because this is like I'm doing it at the wrong angle, a softer, a thinner piece of plastic, but they do have trouble getting some of the bigger things into their hand, like this nice little book. See? This will be a neat accessory for any figure in this scale, just like the beaker? Yeah. Anywho, we also have these hands, which are like together. It's him removing his gloves a finger at a time, pulling them off. That's very cool. So if you want him talking to his new henchman that he's, you know, forcing to work for him, then you can just... It's very intimidating. Like, you know, he's stripping, getting all his unmentionables off. And this is a fun thing. I just want to mention this. If you just pop the hands out, invisible hands. And if you just leave the head and neck off, you know, invisible head. Right? Well, you'd have to get the neck off too, but which is going to be difficult. But you see what I mean, yes? Like, if you want to portray him as not covered up, you can just pop the hands out and then pop this out. And then, when he's head and handless, he's just invisible. Yeah, you don't need clear hands or anything. Simple, yet effective. And last but not least, he does come with a little hat, a little fedodo. Oh, why didn't you tell me you had an in with binds? Ha ha ha! She's all that! If you know what that was a reference to, hit me up in the comments. But yeah, here he is with his fedora, the fedodo, the fedeezy. Pretty good. Look how well it stays on his head. Like, that just sits on. It doesn't have like a clamp or a peg or anything. That just sat right on his head. It stayed on so damn well. I'm actually really impressed because I kind of thought this would fall off immediately. Oh my god! That is an impressive hat accessory. Okay, it's official. I've fallen for Jada toys. You're gonna have to sue me. Oh my word, this is a good figure. Shit, should I have gotten these over the N.E.C.As? Dude. He's so cool. Alright, well, now that we've got him doing him thing, let's get into size comparisons. First up, here's the Invisible Man with some other Universal Monster lines that I've been collecting. Here on the left, we have the N.E.C.A Color Frankenstein's Monster Ultimate figure, and on the right, the Diamond Select Mutant from This Island Earth. And, oh my god, he's so small. Like, I knew he'd be small compared to them. I honestly didn't think he'd be this small. He's very tiny compared to these 7 inches. That is not going to work out. It's just simply not. But let's, you know, they're big boys. Let's move him out of the way. Put our Nosferatu here from N.E.C.A. Oh, that's great, though. He looks pretty good with N.E.C.A Nosferatu. Yeah, he's taller, but our Mezco is a lankier guy. You can see him being taller. Plus, that's not, like, if it was this much taller, I'd be like, hey, but that's like a believable height difference, isn't it? Oh, here comes Kitty. Hi, Kitty. She's the real monster. You should see what she does to lizards she finds in the house. Huh. But yeah, I really like him with my Mezco Nosferatu. That's a really cool sizing. And I do want to show him with kind of a basic 6-inch figure. This isn't a horror figure, I know that. But he's a nice basic kind of 6-inch sculpt. It is the Ben Reilly Spider-Man Beyond from Marvel Legends. So I think he's going to fare better with like Marvel Legends, that kind of thing. So he's a nice 6-inch scale figure. But sadly, I don't have terribly much horror stuff that can scale with him, which makes me kind of sad, because all my horror figures are like the 7-inch kind of scale. So he's really out of scale for most of my collection. And admittedly, he's my only Jada Toys figure. He's my only Jada Universal Monster. So I can't actually show him with other Jadas. But maybe I'll get the Dracula. I'm a big Lugosi guy. Maybe I can get the Dracula, because Bela Lugosi, my favorite actor of all time. I can always find an excuse to get the Dracula figures. So all in all, what are my final thoughts on the Jada Toys Invisible Man? This is a pretty incredible figure. Everyone's always talking about the N.E.C.As, but I think people are sleeping on these Jadas, and they should not be. I think giving him this outfit was a good call. That's really what made me take the plunge on him. That and the huge price drop because of overstock. But there shouldn't be overstock on this guy. He's too good of a figure. He's got a ton of really cool accessories. I mean, they really just nailed the engineering on most of this guy. Now, I do have a couple complaints. I'm not sucking his dick to completion. Well, I am, but I'm letting him go on my face instead of in my mouth. Because I do wish there could have been some articulation here, and I don't like these bicep swivels at all. They make me nervous. I don't like that. It looks like it's going to pop out, and then even if that is structurally sound, it still looks bad. So that's really my only complaint, though, is this kind of V of would-be articulation. But otherwise, amazing. The engineering on the hat, incredible. Yeah, I think the interchangeable head kind of has a big ugly knob in it, but without that knob, it wouldn't even be a head. So, I am incredibly satisfied with this figure, and I would have been happy to pay full price for him. Honest to God. He's that good. So that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. I will be reviewing more of my N.E.C.A Universal Monsters soon, as well as other horror figures from N.E.C.A and all kinds of figures from across the collecting spectrum. So that's it. Thank you all once again. See you all next time. Bye for now.